There is always debate about the correlation between gender and memory, and we wonder that females actually have better memories than males. So, our hypothesis is females have better memory than males. Our participants are 20 North Broward students from different countries, 10 females and 10 males. Our independent variables are the gender, and dependent variables are the number of things they can remember. So we give them 3 tasks. The first one is to let them see a picture that has 18 items on it, and have them to remember the items in 1 minute.
There you go.
The second task is to let them to see 20 numbers and memorize it in 1 minute. The third task is to let them read 10 sentences and ask them random questions about the content.
Taking a selfie.
Facial map.
No idea.
Swimming in the pool.
And we put the data in the graph and calculate the average numbers of things the 20 students remembered. It turns out that generally the number that girls remembered is above the average and better than the boys did. Does it actually imply the females actually have better memories than males? In order to validate our hypothesis, we interviewed our participants after the test. So we asked them which task they saw was the easiest and what strategies they leveraged to help them memorize. And those are some response from our participants.
I think it's the one with the images because it's easier to link the images with the words.
Imagine them, like the weird things. Like Hillary is lifting, like Donald Trump or Hillary is lifting what is that? Weight. The easiest, the sentence one, because I can see pictures in my head.
Numbers, I was just trying to remember them like in columns. The third one was just like reading them out loud.
When you say the words out loud, you remember them better. But if you are just saying them but not saying them, like the 3 I didn't say them out loud.
So for the first one was just like the ones on the outside I try to remember the most, and like the ones, like the simpler ones, like ones that didn't really have much detail seemed to be easier to remember and like shorter words. And then for the numbers, I tried to memorize the numbers from ascending order, so I'd read them from the bottom to the top. And then with the last one, I just kind of recited it over and over until I kind of got a pattern in my head and like visualized it in my mind.
So I was making connections from people I know and putting them, like teachers that I know, I put them.
None of them. I still like try to picturize them, so I try to memory the scene of them in my mind, but...
And it is showing that boys tend to memorize through logical strategies, such as memorize by the location of the number, or copy and paste the picture in their brain. And females tend to remember things by a more emotional ways, such as creating a story about the word, or imagine the scenes of the sentences. In conclusion, although the results of the experiment tend to show that females have relatively better memory, the truth is that the way of thinking between females and males are different, and they do well on various things. Therefore, there is no clean correlation between memories and gender. What really matters is the strategies they used and the way of them dealing with things. And if we have opportunities to replicate the experiment, the first is to find somewhere quiet. We did the experiment in the dorm, and there were always people coming to say hi and interrupt the participants. So some of the participants are not 100% focused on the task and cause encoding failure. The second is to conduct the experiments with people of varied ages. The age of our participants only range from 16 to 19. The validation of the result might be limited by the factors, because people's memory can be affected by the ages. And the third improvement we should do is to let the participant do this task in the same time. Some participants did the task right before the dinner. It seems that they were unable to focus because they were really hungry and the smells of food was really distracting.
We can learn 4 terms from this experiment. The first is encoding, which means how we get information into our brains. In the experiment, when the participants are remembering the items, they are encoding the items into their brains. The second is mnemonic devices, which are the tricks that help memory. In this experiment, the participants apply some mnemonic devices to help them memorize, associating the sentences with images. The third is chunking. People organize items into familiar and manageable units. In the experiment, someone used chunking to remember numbers, the same way to remember cell phone numbers. The fourth term is retrieval, which is the process of getting information out of memory storage. In the experiment, when the participants answer our questions or write down the items they remembered, they are retrieving the information from their brains.
This is our gender and memory experiment. Thanks for watching.